Alrighty, everybody. It is about that time where we get the intro started, don't we? Let's just go ahead and do it. It's gonna be round 2 for Tier 4 at the Formula 1 Gran Premio de la Ciudad de Mexico 2024, aka the Mexican Grand Prix. And this time in Tier 4, we're gonna have 36 laps with a short qualifying. And we will have a lot of action to cover today. There's going to be safety cars, I assume. 17 laps, or 17 turns around this 36 lap, 2.6 mile circuit. Awesome 3 DRS zones, 2 of them shorter than the main straight. That is very, very long. And your commentators is going to be the one and only D-Master OG. I'm going to be commentating over this race and this tier, if you didn't know that. And we are going to have a lot of fun together because this race is about to get spicy, it's about to get hot, and it's about to get very, very fun to watch. Tier 5 is about to finish up. I don't understand why we're waiting for Tier 5 to finish for Tier 4 to start, but makes sense, everybody. Let me, while we have a chance, go ahead and pull up the chat because we're going to love having live chat here with us. Probably going to miss quality of my race because Tier 4 does not do any of this shenanigans and waiting for people, but sorry, Tier 3. What can you do? I am a Tier 3 driver as well, if you didn't know. I race in Tier 3 and then I'm going to commentate in Tier 1, so don't get tired of my face or my voice. It isn't my fault, but I'm paying the consequences for it. Because we're having... We don't have to wait for the Red Bull. We don't. Because this is just unnecessary. They don't wait for me. I'd never get tired of your face. Thank you, Labib. Love to hear it. And if you haven't already, go join us in chat. If you're watching this afterwards, I don't know why you're here. Go to the favorite part, but yeah, go come watch us live. Anyone who is live right now, go hit the like button. Should be like down there somewhere. I don't know. Actually, gotta get my nerds glasses on. I want to see some more likes on this stream. I only see 5 right now, and we got about 14 people watching. So let's get some likes on this thing. Nerd glasses, damn right. Turn the music up a little bit since we're waiting. I actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and pull up the driver standings right here. As you can see at the left side of your screen, we got Jordan leading the standings as he won last race, and Mr. Lethal Pete, what a surprise for me, got second place here. MRK is currently third in the championship after getting third last race. Testarossa being P4, go Testy. Villeneuve in P5. Mevenator in P6. Normbash in P7. Osmari in P8. Burn Victim in P9. And TTRE Fox in P10. Miller and Ted holding out our last 2 points paying positions with 1 and 2 points respectively. And it looks like Burn Victim was the fastest lap holder, and he is tied with his teammate. Should be waiting. Drivers can join in the call. Yeah, I agree, Travis. Arguably the second biggest thing on your face. Crazy. Crazy you said that to me. Anyways, we are in the session, so no more talking about my glasses. Let's talk about these drivers. Jordan being our last Grand Prix winner around the streets, not the streets, the circuit of the Americas. My apologies. Let's turn on all the data so we can see what everyone is doing and wait for someone to come out onto the pits. Looks like everyone's just setting up their putting in their setups and putting in the fuel they need. I want to be Tier 3 champion, but if I don't do qualifying, it might not happen. Just saying. And as we can see here, our first person leaving the pits is going to be our P2 man, Mr. Lethal Pete. Holding us strong, starting us off with an outlap. Next is going to be the other person in the Mercedes seat, not our last race winner. It's going to be Rage Quit, our reserve driver. Awesome guy. He is such a nice guy. I cannot even say it. Damie's going to be the next person out on track behind him, and then Villeneuve just behind both of them. Looks like we got an Alpine. Mage is going to be starting to shiver in his boots after Tier 3 last time out. Echo 1 holding us strong for the only Alpine in the lobby today. We've got 2 of every team, but looks like Alpine, Red Bull. Yeah, no, Red Bull has both of its drivers. Ferrari has both of its drivers. McLaren, Williams, Kicksauber, RB. Who are we missing? Wait, we're missing participation from, missing participation from a whole team. Why can't I remember the team? Hold up. Pull back up the standings. Who's not here? Aston Martin. Where's our Aston Martin boys? They're not in here. That's how irrelevant they are. Alright, first lap is underway, and it is Lethal Pete going for his first timed lap in the session. Runs a little wide into turn 1. Not what you would have wanted to see, but he still gets a pretty decent exit through there. Good first sector overall for him. Let's turn this off. There you go. No Astons. That is the key point to take away here. Not doing a great job to keep the drivers happy, I guess. And Astons for real, B-Dunk. We got Mr. Lethal Pete setting purple sectors as he is the first person to be on a lap. Let's see what his second sector time is going to look like. Pretty decent through there. He's used up all of his batteries so far. 56,151. It's not a bad lap, you know. Let's see what Rage Quit is doing. Rage Quit being our reserve driver. What's he going to do in the second sector? About 4/10 slower than him. So not what we would have wanted from Rage Quit. But Lethal Pete's coming across the line. He does a 15.0. Not going to be the fastest lap of the session, but it is a good banker to start off with. Now, Rage Quit coming across the line. He's going to cut the course as well, as close as he can. About 3/10 down on him. Next is going to be Damie. Damie sets the pole lap by 3/10. And now Jordan is going to start his flying lap. Norm Bash is going to finish out his lap after... he's going to finish out his lap after his teammate, who put it P4 with not the greatest of laps. Echo 1 comes across the line as well. There you go. MRK looks to be coming across the line to start his lap. Norm Bash going in front of his teammate, just behind Rage Quit. So that's not going to be the fastest lap from him. But he will continue to improve as time goes on. As we have Bard Aponi, a reserve new driver. I haven't seen this guy to race yet. Reserves are hard to find this week. I believe it. Tier 4 is a tight grid. And we can see the Mr. Taxis Dick right behind the Barda Pony. And we will see what he's going to be able to do after my McLaren reserve teammate is able to put down his first flying lap. Reserves are impossible, I imagine. Let's see, 28.8 first sector. Doesn't look like the fastest of times, but that's not the biggest of problems. It's the second sector that counts, and the third. Looks like Labib is going to be setting his lap time here now. Jordan sets his lap time, just barely beating out. Labib was on an invalid. Jordan did set a faster lap time than Damie by just about over 15 thousandths of a second from Jordan, as Rage Quit looks to be starting another flying lap, with MRK finishing his flying lap, and that is not going to be the improvement that you wanted. 15.9 from qualifying. That's pretty decent lap time, but we're still not to where Valache Ant did in the first qualifying session, and Bartaponi goes up to P6, so that's going to be a decent banker lap from him, just about a tenth in front, or sorry, half a tenth in front of Echo 1, and just about 2 tenths behind the next car, Normbash, so he's going to have a lot to improve on, and if he can definitely fight for a P3, maybe if he can find 5 tenths, he can do a lot more, but it's going to be a very difficult one. Gaining 5 tenths is an eternity around this place. So we will see a lot of people slowing down in that first sector to let people pass. Got a Red Bull slow. And Labib actually outdoes his reserve teammate by a 15.6. Pretty good lap time from him. We weren't expecting much. But Damie actually cooked a lap together. Improves by 2 tenths. What a lap from him. Great job. As Andy came across the line behind him. And it looks like he did improve as well up into P4. And Normbash actually just beats him out by 600ths of a second to the line as MRK comes across the line as well to start another flying lap. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Cape de Possum coming across the line now, starting a flying lap, it seems. He did not use too much ERS as Jay Lowry sets a P3 lap time with a 14.9, just ahead of Lethal Pete, doing a really good job for the RB team to get in front of the Williams driver that was in P2 last time out. The other RB of Meebinator just set his lap time of 15.46. That's going to be a tight qualifying. Man, oh man, we are already tight for the top, well, I wouldn't say top 2 positions. 3rd through 7th is very close. Welcome to the stream, RC. We are glad to have you here. As C. Miller goes across the line to start his first flying lap. We're going to be able to see what C. Miller is going to be able to do. He was pretty quick last time out. What is he going to be able to do this time around? We got a couple of Kick Sauber drivers coming through the last sector. Nobody looks to be on a lap right now. Nope. Looks like the RB of C. Miller is coming through the first sector now. Did not get an improvement on his teammate, it didn't look like. Let's see what his second sector time is going to be. I didn't really see his first sector too well. As looks like Cape de Possum has gained a second, but did not gain a position. Burn Victim just ahead. Looks like he's also on a push lap. Nearly invalidated there across the line. TTRE Fox comes across the line, and he sets a 15.2, putting him P7. So that's a pretty good lap from him. Bartaponi just goes right behind him as well by 0.04 of a second. So they did pretty equal lap times. And next is going to be Burn Victim, who actually came across the line to get behind both of them by just about a tenth and a half, doing a 15.39. Good lap from him. And then C. Miller splits them both, Bard and Burn, with 2 thousandths from Bartaponi. So that is a very close lap time to Bartaponi's time. Was not able to get that done. Echo 1 now going to be coming across the line to start his flying lap, second flying lap of the session. And he's using a lot of battery into that first corner. He's already down to 40%. I don't know if that's how much battery you want to use. Depending on your setup, it might not recover as well as you think. Gets a really good exit out of there. That's for nice and smooth. Let's see what he's going to be able to do in the first sector time. And it looks like he does go purple by 3. Wow, he just improved by 0.3 of a second in the first sector. That's going to be an impressive lap time. That's going to put him all the way up to P11 just with that 0.3. Let's see what his second sector is going to look like once he comes across these S's. Goes through the left-hander, nice and smooth, no wiggles. Looks like he's pretty solid through there, opening the corner up. No wiggles through there. That's easy flat. He's going to use all the ERS he can into the final sector. And he is 0.4 up. This is not going to be a pole lap, it doesn't seem, but it is going to be a very good improvement. What is Echo 1 going to be able to do when he comes across the line? Last 2 corners to go. 1, and then a flat last 17. And we are going to get a 15.2. That's going to put him all the way up into 8th position, splitting TTRE Fox and Bartaponi, and only 0.3 thousandths of a second in front of Bartaponi is absolutely incredible lap times from these guys. Burn Victim 2/10 up on his lap time as well, so he's going to be improving all the way up to P5 with these 2/10 if he can hold it through this middle sector and last. He gets a good run through those two corners. Doesn't seem like he slipped out of the corner, but I don't know how good the run was. No sliding through there. Goes a little over the left-hand curb. And looks like he keeps it nice and tidy through the second sector. Let's see what his second sector time is going to be. 5/10 improvement, guys. This is going to be one hell of a lap time. But he spins it! But he spun it! And TTRE Fox sets up fastest lap of the session with a 14.4. That was so unfortunate for Burn Victim. Wow. That's not what you want to have happen. Cobb K gonna be the next person to cross the line. He is improving by 0.3 of a second. Is it enough? He did not improve by that much. He does not improve his position. He stays in P16 for now. Who is next? It's gonna be the teammate, Daimi. Daimi on an invalid lap time, but he does have 2/10 in the second sector, but he did invalidate. So this is gonna be another lap for him. That is not gonna count. He does a 14.9 after, I presume, backing off. Does he have enough fuel? Yes, he does. So I'm guessing he's going to go on a recharge lap, and he's going to come back to do more laps. Now, Normbash starting his flying lap. 6 minutes left of the session. We still got more than enough time. Let's see what we can do. Kick RC out. Normbash getting a good run through that second corner, getting really loose through the third corner after hitting the inside curb. Yeah, that is not what you want to do. Not recommended, to say the least. Villeneuve now coming across the first and second, now third turn, gets a better exit, and now he goes all the way down to corner number 4 on the track, passing the first sector timing line now, and he's not up on his time. He is actually slower than his previous fastest lap. Is he going to continue this run? Looks like he is, but I don't think he's going to gain too much, as Labib just set a faster lap time by, or sorry, yeah, he did just set a faster lap time, but it didn't look like he improved too much position-wise. Villeneuve now coming across the S's section. Still looks like he's flying. He's using the ERS. He's gained back the 0.3 that he lost, but it's not going to be enough. What is his teammate Normbash going to do? He is on a slow lap. Now he's going to start his flying lap after having his little spin in turn 3. Let's see what Normbash is going to do. 4 minutes left on the clock. A lot of people are going to start going out of the pits now for their final run. Cutting the first corner well, second corner well. Avoiding that third corner curb this time, and he does get an improved line through there from his second run. What's his second time gonna be? It's gonna be even on his time. Daimi says T5AJ says Daimi's gonna be on pole, but he's actually done a purple sector 2, did not do a purple sector 1. Is this lap gonna be enough for pole? Let's see as he comes across the line. First is gonna be Labib. Nope, Labib's coming into the pits. Now, Daimi comes into the pits as well. Not the lap he wanted. Mr. Lethal Pete looks to be on a run. No, he's not. He's coming into the pits as well. MRK comes into the pits as well. Everyone now coming into the pits for the fastest lap attempt. Going on a new set of tires and gonna send it. What is Normbash going to be able to do? He's going to come across the final corner now, and he does improve his lap time down to a 14.984. Really, really good lap time from that man right there, and we will see what we're going to be able to get out of Villeneuve here. He's going to be starting another flying lap now. Burn pole, shadow pole. Can y'all all just stop bullcrapping pole? I think Jordan's going to pull something special here out of the bag. TTRE Fox is doing really good, but I don't think he's getting pole. If Jordan can improve, I think he's got another 2/10 in there. And we know Daimi has 2/10 in there. We saw him do it. He just has to hook up the lap. Now, is the question. Shut up, RC. I am going to get pole in tier 3. I can tell you that right now. And if I don't, sucks to suck. I don't know. Jack Fletcher. Fletcher, you're not beating me in qualifying. I can almost tell you. Clip it, RC. Bouncy. Oh, Fox just got a 5th place on Dimey. What just happened? While we were bullcrapping, they had an incident. There's no way. What? What? Fox is no longer taking pole position on the race start. He's going to be starting P6 at best. That is not going to be ideal for him, and now Damie just has to stay ahead of Jordan, who's actually just started his flying lap with his teammate right ahead of him. Is this going to be a cheeky DRS play? I don't think so, because Rage Quit is also on a lap. But is this going to be the pole lap we're going to watch on board with Jordan? Good first sector time, getting a good exit out of there, getting a little bit of slipstream from the McLaren, doesn't even bother taking more of it. This is going to be pole lap, I assume. Oh, 2 tenths gain. 2 tenths gain through the first sector. Oh, baby. Oh, Daimyo got a 5th place as well. There's no way. I need to see it. No, I don't see it there. I don't see it. Wait, it's an incident. Never mind. Nope, it was just Daimyo who got the grid penalty. Wait. It was just Daimyo who got the grid penalty and not Jordan. Okay. Not Fox, I mean. Okay, that's interesting. We'll see how it comes out. And actually, Jordan invalidates. He goes wide into that corner. That's not going to be great for him. Rage Quit is going to be starting his final lap now. 40 seconds left on the clock. We are in for a treat here. Is Kamau on a push lap? Looks like he is. He's going to be starting his final lap now. Lethal Pete, 3 tenths up on his time. 2.5 just about. Let's see what he's going to be able to do with a little bit of slipstream from, it looks like, his teammate up ahead. And we got a stopped car on the right-hand side. Is Lethal Pete going to be able to do it? I didn't even see his second sector lap time. Fox just ahead. What is he going to be able to do? He is on an invalid lap. He is not on an improvement. But Lethal Pete is. He's going to come across the line and he's going to go P2. That's going to be the finishing blow for Daimyo because he cannot improve. He finishes P3 and that's not going to be enough. Jordan is not having enough. Rage Quit is next across the line, but first it's going to be the RB of Meebinator. He did not improve for pole. MRK did not improve for pole. And Labib takes... Oh my god. What is going on, guys? Rage Quit comes into the pits. Alpine next across the line. Echo 1 is on an improvement lap. It's going to be about 2 tenths. Is he getting it? Yes, he does! He gains 4 tenths! And that's going to put him P5! What a lap time from Echo 1 to pull it out right at the last second. Now Bartaponi's the last person across the line after it looked like C. Miller, and Bartaponi outqualifies C. Miller by 0.05 of a second. That's going to be qualifying over, and TTRE Fox takes the fastest lap time, but I don't think he's going to take pole position. I think that's going to go to Lethal Pete, and Damie starts P3. Williams is very much back. What is going on here? What a lap time from TTRE Fox. And actually, he does take pole position from Lethal Pete. Williams front row lockout. Daimy's going to have a 5-place grid penalty, so he's going to start P8. Everyone behind him is going to get moved up 1 position. Jordan's going to be P3. Echo 1's going to be P4. Labib is going to be P5. Rage Quit's going to be P6. And Jay Lowry is going to be P7. And then Daimy's going to be P8. Normbash P9. Burn Victim P10. MRK P11. And then you can see the bottom 8 drivers are within... Sorry. What? That quality time was so close. Pete is not cooked for one, says Bouncy in chat. I agree. Pete is cooking. As we are getting ready for the race, remember to stay hydrated, everybody. Ooh, Daimi only got the five place grid penalty. All right. This is going to be an interesting fight. This grid is very close. As y'all saw, it was like a second down to P11 or P12 there. So everybody is very, very quick in this. It's very competitive. We got pulled by 300ths of a second from teammate to teammate. Williams front row lockout in tier 4. Awesome job from the Williams boys. As we can see, we are going green very soon. 4, 5 red lights are on, and away we go for tier 4. And it is time. There's already a yellow flag behind, but it doesn't matter, as further up ahead, we have a really good start from Fox. Pete trying to go down the inside, nearly making it 3 wide. A lot of people going 3 wide. There's a McLaren on the grass. Labib is out, and no, it looks like Rage Quit's out. He's already had a big collision. There's a huge penalties going around in the middle of the pack. Bartaponi gets a penalty. Let's see what those penalties are. Looks like 10-second for 4 people. We are stopped on track here. What is going on? People ghosting all over the place. Burn victim 10-second penalty. Collided with Echo 1. Gained a position. There's 20 seconds of penalties for burn victim and MRK. 10 seconds of penalties for Bartaponi and Echo 1. There's a bunch of commotion going on back here with a full safety car on lap 1. What just happened there? Absolute carnage. Exactly what I'm saying. Burn victim with 20 seconds of penalties. Rage Quit is out of the lobby. He is done for today. Unfortunate for him, but people have wing damage, and people being Norm Bash, and it looks like Cape the Possum may have some wing damage as well. Kick Sauer's fine. The Ferrari's fine. No, actually, Cape the Possum is alright. So that is only going to be the Mercedes out for now. Is Bartaponi having wing damage? Yes, he does. I assume that these guys are going to pit and come back, fix their wing, take their penalty, and go to the back of the grid, as everyone is going to form up behind the safety car. Unfortunate for these guys, as we have all these guys coming in. Echo 1, Burn Victim, and Bartaponi all coming into the pits, and everyone behind them is going to gain a free position from it. C. Miller, Meebinator, Villeneuve, Cobb, Cape the Possum, and Normbash are going to all go up positions, as we have 4 drivers in the pits serving 10-second penalties and getting their front wings changed, with Echo 1 and Normbash being the main one getting front wing changes, with Bartaponi getting a front wing change as well. As they all start to come out of the pits, 2 people still have 10-second penalties, and that's going to be Burn Victim and MRK. They might pit again. I don't know if they will or not, but let's say. Yeah, it looked like that. AJ, it did look like that. Like, there was a Williams trying to defend the position from the McLaren. The McLaren got pushed into the grass, and when rejoining, chaos happened, and that is just a racing incident, to be honest. Of course, if anyone is to blame, it is who would have pushed the Williams onto the grass, because that is not allowing sufficient racing room. And then you could also blame it on the McLaren for not rejoining safely. But at the end of the day, that will come down to the steward's room, and we'll see who would be penalized for that, if anything at all. I don't know if it would be considered anything but a racing incident, since it is lap 1. Everyone trying to defend their position as much as possible. But let's run down this grid from before we had that safety car out. It still says virtual safety car, but don't look at that. We got TTRE Fox still leading this race from Jordan, who actually managed to overtake Pete there after the collision on turn 1. Jay Lowry in P4. Labib actually being pretty lucky to get the start that he needed up into P5. Let's see where people have gone. Actually, he stayed in the same position. A bunch of people went up 6 positions. Waited 5 months to race. I'm so sorry, Andy. I am so sorry. I'm glad I caught it in 4K, so you can go back and actually watch it. But yeah, that was just unfortunate, man. That sucks. And the two people with 10 seconds did go ahead and get those removed, so they will be joining back to the pack with no penalties. Barging in front and nothing could do. Just gutted. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm gonna get a tissue real quick. I have to sneeze. We're not going restarting in this lap, right? Alright, we are still back behind safety car. I did not miss anything. Minico is winning this race. Alright. Y'all are the absolute worst trolls I've seen. Alright. Must pay for what he did to me in Among Us a couple of months ago. Crazy. That's crazy, RC. Alright. So, running down this grid one more time. Jordan has overtaken Lethal Pete on the line. Jay Larry has gotten 3 positions on the line. Labib only staying in position. People changing up ahead, but not behind. Damie having gained 2 positions after starting P8. And then we have the train of people who overtook the incident people, which would be C. Miller up the most positions. Back then is Meebinator, then Villeneuve, then Cobb K, then Cape de Possum, and then Echo 1 having lost 8 positions. Barda Pony having lost only 1 from starting 12th. Norm Bash starting in P9, lost 5 positions at the start. MRK having lost 4 positions after serving 20 seconds of penalties, and Burn having served 20 seconds as well has lost 6. Cobb driver of the day already? I disagree. I will never give Cobb driver of the day unless he absolutely cooks. No, actually, I would give it to him then. Let's see if he can cook up a good result. As we're going restarted, I'm going to go on board with Mr. Lethal Pete here as his teammate is going to get us restarted. Underway. They're going very slowly through the castle section. The stadium section, as the safety car is into the pits. And it looks like we are going to get going very soon. And we are gone. TTRE Fox has already gone away. And he got a good restart from Jordan. And everybody else seems to have gotten a pretty decent restart as well. TTRE Damien going around the inside of Labib already. He's going to be using a lot of battery. He's used up all of his battery, about 25% already on the main straight. C. Miller trying to make a position, but didn't actually lost the position to Meebinator, who was pushing very well through that restart. And we have a little bit of contact back here with Barda Pony, but did not look like anyone was messed up because of that. He lost a position because of that, actually. Now Normbash is trying to make up a position on that. Is he going to dive it? No, he does not. Everyone stay single file through this section. That is very expected. There's not an overtaking spot here. And Jordan is very close to the back of TTRE Fox. This is what we expected. Let's see the tires that everybody's on. Mr. Lethal Pete on the hard compound tire. And everybody else in the top 10 other than Villeneuve on the mediums. Yes, guys, I understand we need to see the tires. Oh my goodness. Let's keep it rolling. These guys are going to get DRS next time around. And we are going to see a lot of action into this turn 1. Nearly spinning back here for Cobb K. Getting a little loose out of that stadium section. And further back behind. We got MRK pushing Cape the Possum over the line. It's going to be down the inside for MRK. He already doesn't have battery. Cape the Possum has a lot more battery than him. Bartaponi about 60% battery. So MRK very, very much in a battery deficit to the guys around him. I'm correcting B-Dunk. Crazy. Crazy, guys. Tires is spelled both ways. As we do not get any moves, it looks like, here for the top 10 positions this time around. They will have DRS here, though. Let's see what ERS these guys are looking for. These guys are about 60, 50, 40, and 50% for Jay Lowry. Damie doing a really good recovery from P8, already down to 30%. Labib having a lot of ERS compared to the guys ahead, and Meebinator behind about 50%, 30% less than Meebinator, and C Miller behind about 60% as well. These guys doing really good to hold onto their ERS. And coming out of the last corner, I think Mr. Lethal, he got a little squirrely there, as DRS was enabled this lap. I don't know who's going to be able to capitalize most of it. TTRE Fox not defending it too much from I'm Jordan, last race winner, but Pete goes down the inside of his own teammate, and his teammate does give up the position pretty smoothly. TTRE Fox knowing better than to fight his teammate down here, and TTRE Fox now getting pressure from Jay Lowry without the DRS, and further up ahead, Mr. Lethal Pete's trying to keep the pressure on Jordan so he does not get away from him. If he does, this is going to be very, very bad for the Williams guys. Come on, Pete. Keep it going. I never thought I would be rooting for Pete. That is crazy. Let's keep looking at the guys behind. Nobody has made a move. Nobody's tried to stick one down the inside, and everybody just staying pretty calm. I think Cobb got a little bit loose there at the exit of the corner. Down the inside goes, down the outside goes Meebinator. Does not make the move stick, but he goes really deep into the corner and does not make the corner. He has to back out of the move, and Labib keeps the position for now. Further up ahead, TTRE Fox has lost DRS to his teammate, but his teammate didn't lose DRS to Jordan up ahead, which is really, really good for Jordan here. I'm not rooting for Pete after the start. Fair enough. Fair enough, Andy. Down the inside goes Lethal Pete, and he does not make the move stick. He actually spins both of them. Jay Lowry goes through. Jay Lowry goes through into the lead of the race, and TTRE Fox takes second place, and Damie takes third, because Jordan goes all the way down to fifth, and Mr. Lethal Pete is 3 wide with Labib in P4. Jordan trying to go down the inside of Labib now. Jordan keeping the position from Labib. What just happened? Bro. Never mind. Don't root for Pete, y'all. Don't root for Pete. I need to turn down my microphone. I'm too loud. What the... What just happened? Good Lord, Pete. I think that was a 50-50 incident between Pete and Jordan, but Pete lost out on that majorly. Damie frauding his way up the order classic. I mean... Crazy. No, it's a 50-50. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys. Jordan did turn in like Pete wasn't there. He was not giving him enough room. Pete just didn't turn into the corner enough. It was a 50-50, but Pete's probably getting a penalty for that, guys. I'm just going to turn off chat. People are saying it's my fault. All right. Further up the field, Jay Lowry is almost pulling away from TTRE Fox. TTRE Fox not letting it happen. Damie already up into P3 after nearly getting pole position. Fox did get pole position, did not get the greatest of starts, and he is now second place. He was second to this man Jordan, but Jordan had an incident with Pete just a little bit behind. Labib doing a really good job to keep his 5th position. I thought he was going to lose a little bit more to that, but C Miller is outside of the DRS window. I think he would have gotten a warning for that one, and C Miller no longer has DRS to the guys ahead. Labib does have DRS to the guys ahead, and that is going to be a very good shout. Nearly running into the guys ahead because they were going pretty slowly, checking up on each other. But further ahead, we got Jay Lowry having a little snappy second sector. Daimi is now really close to the back of Fox, but Fox has DRS, and he's going to be looking to make a move on Jay Lowry. Jay Lowry trying to defend the middle of the track. Keeping a good pace. Is Daimi going to go down the inside? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. He thinks about it again. And nearly going 3 wide down back here. C. Miller and Echo 1 going side by side. C. Miller had the inside, did not take advantage of it. And now does not get the exit he needed. Getting pressured by the Kicksauber of Villeneuve behind. And Villeneuve goes around the outside, all the way around the outside, as his teammate has given it a spin in turn 3. And good overtake from Villeneuve there, as we have, oh, there's an incident. Fox and Daimi have collided, and they're off, they're all the way down in P14 and 15. What just happened? What just happened? Labib in P3, Jordan in P2. Jay Lowry has pulled away from these guys, and he no longer has any competition as they are outside of the DRS. Beebinator in the DRS, and he's going to be very, very close to Labib. Echo 1 in P5. Villeneuve now in P6. 7 goes to Miller. Lethal Pete back in the points in P8 in good points paying positions. Everybody in the top 5 on medium tires. P6 and P8 on hards. What is going on? Not even 1/3 of a distance. We've had a safety car, 3 crashes. Down the inside, looks like Bartaponi's going to go on Cobb K. He does not make the move stick. He slots in right behind, further back behind. Daimi gets a move done on Cape de Possum with a broken front wing. And further back, you see TTRE Fox getting a wing change. Not ideal for them. All crashes are all D-Master's fault. Visa Cash App cooking. Visa Cash App extra credit card plus 15% on car insurance is cooking. Yes, sir. RC, I want to just mute you. I feel like that's the correct thing. Like, shut up. I do not care about your banter. You're on the ban list for a reason. And we have Villeneuve going a little wide in turn 15, nearly getting a switchback done from Echo 1. And further up ahead, Labib has lost out a lot of time to Jordan and Jay Lowry. Jordan still staying kind of close to Jay Lowry here. Labib now getting passed by Meebinator. Meebinator down the inside. Does not have any defense from the McLaren driver. Villeneuve now down the inside. Now, Mr. Lethal Pete doing a very good job overtaking C. Miller here. RC, just... I don't care about your opinion. That's the thing. I don't have to. Oh, C. Miller goes around on the curb. He spins it, trying to not run into the Williams driver. It seems he gave it a big spin down that curb, and he's now down to P13 out of the points, unfortunately for him. But further up ahead, can't take a joke. I've taken many, just not yours. Further up ahead, Labib is getting very, very pressured by Villeneuve here. Villeneuve doing a really good job to keep on the back of Labib. He's a very improved driver, guys. Villeneuve, I don't think he was up to this pace last season, but who wasn't up to this pace was Jordan. Jordan is doing a really good job to keep up with Jay Lowry here. Jay Lowry nearly going off track. And not... Labib goes into the pits on lap 12. That is going to be the undercut starting for the McLaren drivers. Good job from them to start that undercut very early. Jordan still on the back of Jay Lowry, the RB teammate of Meebinator, who's currently in P3. Doing a very good job, these guys, to get consistent points. Doing a really good job. It's kind of annoying, to be fair. Yeah, that's really good job from those guys right now. And those three being on medium tires, they will need a pit soon. Villeneuve and Mr. Lethal Pete right behind them, not too far on the alternate strategy on the hards. Echo 1 on the mediums as well as MRK. Further behind them, Burn Victim and Bar Depony is going to be P9 on hard tires. Damie and his team principal Cobb K are on P11 and P10 on medium tires. Cape DePossum Merlet, last points paying position right now on medium tires, so he will have to pit again. Same with C. Miller. He will have to pit very soon for the for the hard tires. The medium runners will pit for the hards will pit for the mediums. It just depends when they're gonna do such strategy. Down the inside goes Jordan on Jay Lowry. Jay Lowry does not have a defense for that. He does have about the same ERS, so they're gonna be squatting it out for the next couple of laps. Villeneuve trying to go down the inside of Meebinator, did not make that stick. Nearly runs into the back of him. I saw that right at the last second. But Mr. Lethal Pete now using his battery on Villeneuve, trying to go around the outside of Villeneuve here. Is he going to stick it down the outside? Villeneuve sticks it down the inside and pulls out of the corner, and Mr. Lethal Pete keeps the position. Now up into P4. Great recovery from Mr. Lethal Pete from an earlier incident in the race. It is a very, very solid job from him. I cannot lie. These RB cars doing a pretty good job so far to stay on the podium. Mr. Lethal Pete trying to get on the podium, back to it. Just about 3 seconds from the lead of the race. 3 seconds back from his teammate. Meebinator is trying to catch back up. They are on the same tires, but these tires will be going off very soon. As you can see here, Mr. Lethal Pete has the grip advantage. Villeneuve, though, is going to be on the attack here. They both have DRS. They both have ERS. Mr. Lethal Pete has a little bit more of it, and he is burning a little bit more of it to get past. And you can see here, Villeneuve is not able to make the move stick, but Pete goes down the inside, and he makes the move stick. Now Mr. Villeneuve trying to make the move stick as well on Beavidator, has to pull out of the third chicane, and that is going to be a very, very bad exit from Villeneuve. He's going to get pressured by MRK, does not get a move sticking from MRK, but that is going to be very, very close. We need an intervention for real. I don't understand what's going on either. Trust me. Hard tires on the Williams driver of Mr. Lethal Pete. Doing a really good job so far to stay with these guys. He's going to have the better tires coming very soon. And Meebinator has already lost out to Mr. Lethal Pete. He does not have DRS that straight, actually. So he did miss out on even DRS on the mini straight after the S's. MRK gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting the turn 14 curb. That's not going to be fortunate for him. This does feel very wrong, doesn't it, Minico? Now goes in Meebinator. Meebinator comes into the pits for his pit stop. He is on the medium tires. He's going to switch to the hard tires. MRK is now going to be... Villeneuve is now going to be released into the path of Mr. Lethal Pete. Mr. Lethal Pete only being about 3/10 outside of the DRS range, so Villeneuve needs to gain those 3/10 back if he wants to have any chance of defending this P4 position. MRK already putting on the defense putting on the overtake button to put on an offense, as Villeneuve puts on a great defense from MRK. Burn Victims still trying to make some move stick, as we see Pete nearly spin out there as I cut to him briefly. Bar Pony not too far back from these guys after having a very unfortunate race. MRK as well, and Burn Victim. So all three of these guys have not had the most fortunate of races. These guys on the hard tires will probably need a pit again. Villeneuve getting a 3-second time penalty. That's not good. That is another wide moment for Villeneuve, and that might be another warning for him. And that's not going to be good for his race overall, because he's going to be losing points, losing positions. MRK does have a penalty, but that doesn't mean everyone else is going to have one behind, as the leaders pit. Jordan and Jay Lowry both come into the pits. Mr. Lethal Pete takes the lead of the race from Villeneuve. Villeneuve having the DRS. MRK in P3 now after being last, guys. Great recovery from MRK and Burn Victim, both of them doing pretty solid job so far. About right. I mean, they still have to pit, but a lot of people still have to pit as well. So they're doing a good recovery so far. Mr. Lethal Pete still holding the lead of the race after the 2 DRS zones. Everyone just coming into the braking zone very nice and smooth. No too big of rushes. Jay Lowry very far behind Labib here. Just over a second, so he's not going to get the DRS if this stays like this. Labib just outside of the DRS from Jay Lowry, but he's inside of the DRS for Jordan. So he is splitting the race leaders right now on new tires. So he's gonna go to the end. This has been one hell of an undercut, by the way, from Labib. He's just put himself in the position to be in the race lead conversation. What? Wait. Hold the phone. Labib is now basically P2 after pitting. Echo 1 is in P4 after pitting. Meebinator is still here. And he's lost positions to the people who undercut him. As we're going to have people switching positions. Burn Victim getting past MRK. And it looks like Bear to Pony trying to get past him as well, going around the outside. Now the inside for this next corner. Did not make the move stick. Didn't get the better run out of the corner either. But now it's going to be Lethal Pete going for an attacking move. He did not go on an attacking move, I'm sorry. Villeneuve went on the attacking move, got past on the DRS straight. And Mr. Lethal Pete had nothing to say about it. And Villeneuve having 54%, 55% ERS, about 60% for the Williams driver, Mr. Lethal Pete, about 60% for Burn Victim, 20% for MRK, 60% for Bear to Pony, and about 50% for Normbash. Jordan about 20% battery. Labib trying to hold on to Jordan's DRS range here. Does he do it? I think he just barely does. But Jay Lowry is right on the back of him, and he's going to have way better tires for this race. Is Jay Lowry going to make a move? Not into this corner, but he is still thinking about it. Going through the final sector now. Can Labib stay within a second of Jordan? Yes, he does. He's going to get the DRS here. And further up the field, we can see that Bertapone is passing the Red Bull driver, as we saw Lethal Pete there made a brilliant move around the outside of Villeneuve, and he's going to have DRS, another taste of DRS, and that's going to be Villeneuve under pressure from Burn. Burn going to go around the outside, going to try to hold it around the outside, does not get the move done. Villeneuve staying in P2 for the time being. Lethal Pete in the lead of the race. So feels so weird to say that. Feels so weird to say that Mr. Lethal Pete is leading the race. And Villeneuve has a 3-second time penalty. He's now going to get past both of them. Burn Victim got past both Lethal Pete and Villeneuve. Lethal Pete backing out of the corner. And now Burn Victim is in the lead of the race after having served a 20-second penalty. And coming from last on the grid, he is now holding the lead of the race. And he has DRS. No, Lethal Pete has DRS. MRK comes into the pits after holding those tires for 17 long laps. Lethal Pete going down the inside of Burn Victim, and he does make the move stick. Beard of Pony going down the inside of Villeneuve, and he also makes a move stick. But Villeneuve trying to make it a move down the inside. Did not stick that counter move, but they both have DRS. Are they going to make a move down on each other into turn 4? No, it does not happen, and Bertapone is holding the podium position for the time being. They are losing a lot of time doing this fighting, but that doesn't matter to them. Jay Lowry trying to go around the outside of Labib here, and he does make a really good move around the outside of Labib. Really good move from Jay Lowry. Now on the back of Jordan, his race leader. Labib on 4-lap older tires, not having a lot of fun on these older tires. They're still good, but the new tires just have a lot more grip, as we can see there. Still 5 people to pit on the left hand side. You can see 5 people still on the old used tires. Jordan catching up to them very, very quickly. already 2.5 seconds back from them. Jay Lowry still holding his P2 position on track. After everyone pits, it's going to be P2. P3 looks to be held right about Labib. Burn Victim getting past Lethal Pete one more time, it looks like. On the main straight, getting a second dose of DRS, and Lethal Pete using a little bit of his ERS to stay ahead of Bertaponi. Let's see how much battery these guys have. They're all at about the same battery level. Not too far off of each other, but Villeneuve must have had something happen because he dropped back about half a second from the back. And that's not going to be fortunate for him. Normbash already getting caught up by the faster cars on the new tires. Jay Larry having made a pass on Jordan, seemingly on the straight. They're probably working together slightly for them to just start keeping going up the field. Labib still trying to hold on to these guys. Not too far off of them, to be fair. It's going to be interesting to see where these guys come out, as Copcake grabs a penalty in the second sector. Further up ahead, we're going to see Lethal Pete go down the inside and make a move on Burn Victim as Normbash comes into the pits to get off those hard tires, finally, to do 14 laps on the mediums. Bertaponi just staying very patient. He does not make the move on Burn Victim, but Lethal P is low on battery. Someone must have had something happen. Yellow flag was out in the first sector. Villeneuve is all good, and I don't know why that flag was coming out. Now, Jordan getting very pressured by Labib. It looks like something must have happened to Jordan there, and he's now right on the... Labib is right on the back of Jordan. Jay Lowry is pulled away by 2 seconds, so that's going to be a very, very interesting one to see. At least Burn Victim in P2 right now, having done 2 stops, serving 2 penalties. Lethal Pete not having stopped yet, Bertaponi having stopped for wing damage early on, and Villeneuve having not stopped. He's going to be having to stop very soon. Echo 1 having stopped for a penalty. MRK having stopped for 2 penalties. Same with Normbash. So they will all be coming into the pits very soon. As Villeneuve peels into the pits, he does get it slowed down just enough. And we have a 3-car train for the lead of the race. The provisional lead. And it's not going to be the final lead, because you can just see the leaders just behind them. Jay Lowry just about 7 seconds back on track, having already done his pit stop. Jordan not too far behind, about 2 seconds back from him, 1.5 seconds from Labib. Mevenator and Damie going side by side. Mevenator taking the position from Damie. Oh, what? What just happened? Burn Victim just lost position to Bertaponi. Bertaponi. I don't know how to say that name yet. Hello, Ark. Welcome into the stream, everybody. If you haven't already, please go like it. We got 30 people watching, and I see 10 likes. Please. Would really appreciate it. Shares our content with more people. And more people means more people to enjoy this beautiful racing, as we're going to have Lethal Pete leading the race from Bertaponi. Bertaponi is now going to have a very good run out of the corner before DRS was even turned on. He turned on a little bit of that ERS, and now Lethal Pete is going to try to make a counter move with his ERS. He's going to try to go around the outside using all of his battery, and did not make the move stick. Burnt a lot of battery to not get passed by Burn Victim as well. Now Bertaponi is going to have the second dosage of DRS, and he's going to enjoy that second dosage as much as he can. Mr. Lethal Pete not having too much energy compared to the guys around him now. Burn Victim having about 30% more, Bertaponi having about 10 to 20% more. Let's go, McLaren. 5. Yeah. We got P6 for Labib. Is going to turn into P3 after everybody comes into the pits. Bertaponi is currently leading the race, and I think he's going to do a pretty good second stint here. We'll see whenever he comes into the pits, which should be very soon, guys. These guys are taking it very late on these hard tires. Mr. Lethal Pete having not stopped yet at all. Burn Victim having stopped twice for penalties. Let's go back to the penalties. Talking about them. We got 3 seconds for the bottom 4 drivers of Cape to Possum, Villeneuve, C. Miller, and Normbash. TTRD Fox not having a penalty. Cobb K and MRK both have penalties, 2 TPs, and Echo 1 just picked up a 3-second time penalty as I was going over all of it for assuming he cut something in the 3rd sector. Or went over a curb too hard. Bertaponi going side by side with Mr. Lethal Pete, defending the position very well from Mr. Lethal Pete. Now Burn Victim's going to have a run on Mr. Lethal Pete, and this is going to be a 3-way battle for lead. Burn Victim going to now go down the inside, but Mr. Lethal Pete trying to hold the inside for a defensive move. Bertaponi keeps the lead of the race. Mr. Lethal Pete keeps P2, and Burn Victim keeps P3. Further back behind, Meebinator and Echo 1 going side by side. Meebinator around the outside, Echo 1 around the inside. And Meebinator gets the position done, goes deep on the brakes, and makes a very, very nice move to get in front of the Alpine driver. And further back behind, you see the Red Bull TP just inching ahead to get closer to these guys. Closer and closer every lap. Burn Victim and Lethal Pete swapping positions. Lethal Pete now down to 3rd position on this lap. I saw 2 people like the stream. It's awesome. We got a spinner of C. Miller. C. Miller had spun it in Sector 2, a very fast section you don't want to spin it at. Burn Victim is now going to have the move done on Bartaponi, since Bartaponi does not have the DRS. And Mr. Lethal Pete just further behind, trying to stay with these guys, as he lost a little bit of time coming out of the last corner. And now Bartaponi is very, very under pressure from these 2 drivers. Mr. Lethal Pete very aggressively making moves and making him stick very well. Cannot blame the guy for it. He is waiting for that life safety, and I don't think it's gonna come. I do not believe it. Tier Money is not gonna get a life safety car. That's my crazy prediction, guys. Burn Victim leading the race from Bartaponi and Lethal Pete. These guys are only 2.5 seconds ahead of the leaders. So if the safety car does come out, then it's going to be a fight for who can keep these tires alive. They might go on to softs. They're probably going to go on to mediums if they have another set. Jordan very rapidly closing to these guys. Already 2/10 improved through the last sector. Now let's go back up to the front as Mr. Bartaponi is going to have a very good run through the last corner with DRS open. Burn Victim is not going to have anything to say for it, but we are going to go 3 wide, and Mr. Lethal Pete goes all the way down the inside, and he does not make the move stick, and Burn Victim actually gets the position back on him, nearly makes contact with Burn Victim at the exit, and that gives Bartaponi a really good run out of the corner as they get tangled up in a small incident, and Bartaponi is out of DRS, and Lethal Pete goes down the inside, now holding it very tightly, getting the good run out of the corner, still holding it side by side with Burn Victim, and now Burn Victim has taken P3, relegated himself down to P3, and now Mr. Lethal Pete, a second 0.7 back from the lead of the race. Burn Victim has the 2 race leaders after having pit on his ass now. Jordan and Jay Lowry are there. They've gained 2 seconds after they were fighting that hard. Burn Victim and Lethal Pete now going side by side. Burn Victim trying to make the move stick. Now Jay Lowry going around the outside of Mr. Lethal Pete. Jordan trying to make his move stick as well. Jordan getting the move stick in a very unconventional spot at the hairpin, and he makes a move stick. No! They made contact into the wall! They made contact into the wall! What? What just happened? What? Whose fault was that? I don't know. Cut the white line, that's a pen. I didn't see it. Y'all can report it later. I didn't see it. Wow. That is insanity. These guys are fighting so hard. And now Jordan has lost out the worst in that because he has wing damage. Our last race winner has wing damage in the final 8 laps of the race. Final 8 laps of the race, Bertaponi has gotten caught up by Jay Lowry. And technically, Bertaponi could go to the end of the race because he did pit at the start. Are those tires going to make it? I don't know. Jay Lowry now going to have a very good run through the final sector on newer tires. I mean, 15 lap old tires. 15 lap newer tires is insane. 26 laps and 25 laps for Burn Victim and Bartaponi. Doing really good, to be fair. Now, Jay Lowry going to have the move done, basically, going down the inside of Bartaponi. Burn Victim is not close enough to take advantage of it, but Bartaponi now in second place. And Burn Victim, I think, did get DRS that run. So he's going to try to stay with these guys as much as possible. Let's go, J-Low. Wow. We have had one hell of a race, and now side by side with Meebinator and Labib. What is going on back here? Now MRK holding it in the inside, and he's now going to get P7 on the McLaren driver. Stop opening door. Is a clear-cut entry cut, pen all day. Nice. He could have avoided. Yeah, he could have. We'll see in the steward's room what they say of that. That's going to be an interesting one. We got 6 laps to go. If he just turned more. We'll see. We will see. As we got Jay Lowry having pulled away from Bartaponi. He has pulled away more than a second, so Bartaponi does not have DRS this run. Burn Victim does have DRS, and he's going to get past Bartaponi here on the main straight. Bartaponi defending the inside, then defending the outside. I think that's clean. I don't know because I'm not driving, but it looked fine to me. 2 okay slow moves. We've got move down the inside for Damie, and MRK trying to hold it around the inside as well now, holding it the outside, getting a little bit of a tap from the Ferrari driver. Now the McLaren driver going down the inside of him. Now, is he going to have the room? Yes, looks like it, but MRK holding the inside very nicely. Now, Labib went over the curb and got a 3-second time penalty. It might be taken away. It might not. I do not know, depending on how the rest of this race goes. Now, Echo 1 gave him a little bit of a tap, but MRK did keep the position. After staying on track, Jordan gets a 3-second time penalty, and Burn Victim gets past Bartaponi again. Let's see the penalties one more time. So, 6-second time penalties for C. Miller and Cobb K. Everyone else on your screen has a 3-second time penalty, being Jordan, Damie, MRK, Labib, Echo 1, Normbash, and Villeneuve. And Cape the Possum being our last one with a penalty in P16. Unfortunate for him. That is, yeah, just unfortunate. We got Bartaponi and Burn Victim from last place after the first restart of this race. Still holding onto those tires as much as they can. They might as well just go to the end at this point, and they will be in P3 and P2 if Jordan doesn't catch back up to them with a 3-second time penalty. I doubt he will be trying to. Meebinator still holding very close as C. Miller retires in the pits. Unfortunate for C. Miller, but I understand. That gives Cape the Possum one more position. Still last, but one more position up. Another 1 or 2 of those, and you get points. I think the most interesting fight is going to be this fight for P5 and this fight for P2. Mr. Lethal Pete getting a 3-second time penalty as well. So in P14, he's not going to have a lot of fun getting the race debrief after leading the race for many laps. Bartaponi is not going to make a move stick here, it doesn't look like, because They are just saving battery. 4 laps to go. Playing it smart. Doesn't look like... oh, wait. C. Miller just came back out to track. C. Miller came back to the track, and that's an unfortunate turn of events for him. It looks like the AI did not cause any trouble, so I think it's all okay. Bartaponi did not get past Burn Victim that time around. They are 2.5 seconds back from Jay Lowry, so Jay Lowry's still gaining a little bit of time on him. Jordan losing a little bit of time on both of them up ahead. Mebanator not having a penalty, just about 3 seconds back from Jordan. He's going to need to improve a little bit more to get within the 3-second time penalty and gain that position. But for now, Jordan is keeping his P4. Anybody else making moves? Does not look like it. Everybody is chilling. Let's see what Bertaponi's gonna do. Saving his battery. He's still at 80%. Burn Victim about 60. Burn Victim gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting that corner, as you saw right in front, and that means Bertaponi is going to get a very, very good run through, sorry, he doesn't need to get a good run, he's just going to need to stay behind him, and he gets a second place here. That's going to be very bad for Burn Victim. He's not going to lose third, but it's still going to lose him second, which is a lot of points. Great for my team, not great for Haas. By the way, if you didn't notice, I'm wearing that Season 8 McLaren shirt. I know you know it. If you don't, you know it now. This is about to be a very, very fun race. I cannot wait, and it's technically should be starting now, but I still got another 4 laps to go to watch. Yeah, the championship I lost. You're right. Dang right. The one I lost at Monaco. Not gonna lose this one, Bouncy. Trust me on that one. If I can get him in the session. Bertaponi is going to have the slipstream and the DRS. He's not going to make the move stick, it doesn't look like. No, he's just going to stick behind. Very smart thing for him to do. I think here, Burn just has to stay consistent and not lose another position to Bertaponi. Oh, is he going to let him go? Yes, he does. Burn Victim lifted off the throttle and now lets Bertaponi lead their 2-car train up to Jay Lowry. Is Burn gonna have enough pace to stick with him? Is Bertaponi gonna have enough time to get back to Jay Lowry? I don't think so. Jay Lowry's on new tires, and I don't think they're gonna catch back up. But I'd say if you're the McLaren here, you just take P2 and be happy about it, because a reserve driver taking P2 is absolutely wonderful for McLaren. Thank you. Labib in P9, doing a really good job so far to hold on to P9. Is he going to get P10 here? Looks to be very close, not close enough to make any moves stick. Echo 1 not having DRS from the guys ahead, having a little bit less battery than Labib. Coming onto the second to last lap, this is going to be one fight for P8 and another fight for, it looks like, P5. It's not really a fight because Mebanator's gonna have P4 here. Mebanator did catch up to Jordan. Just realized that Mebanator is just about a 2.8 back from Jordan, with Jordan's 3-second time penalty. That's gonna move him behind the Red Bull driver, the RB driver. TTRE Fox getting past Normbash on the main straight. Anybody else gonna get past? Nope. Cobb looks to go on the medium tires on the second to last lap to get a fastest lap attempt in. Is it going to be enough? TTRE Damie still has his front wing damage, holding on to Mebanator. Really good stuff here. MRK trying to hold on to it as well. Mebanator still doing a good job. Burn Victim actually lost out to DRS on Bartaponi, and Bartaponi's still doing a really good job to not have any penalties on this race. 1.2 seconds back is Burn Victim. So he's going to be outside of that DRS range, and Jordan's going to be catching up to him closer and closer every lap. Is he going to have enough time? No, because this is the last lap. And one final time around the city of the Mexico circuit. Jay Lowry leading the race from Bartaponi. There's nothing Bartaponi can do on those old tires that's going to stop Jay Lowry. He just has to make it across the 2.7 miles of circuit. Same with Burn Victim. He cannot catch up to Bartaponi. But further back, MRK getting past Damien. Damien going down the inside and makes contact. There's contact between the Red Bull and the Ferrari driver, and that's going to be considered a push to pass. That Damien has gone past MRK with the re-attacking maneuver. That's going to come down to the steward's room with Damien having front wing damage, making contact. That's going to be a one incident to watch for in the further coming moments. Damien might get a penalty, and that might move him down further. But that doesn't matter when it comes down to the race lead and the podium fight. The race lead is 100% taken by Jay Lowry. RB doing a great job, and he just has to finish out this final stadium sector. You can see it there, the Qatar Airways sponsorship coming across the final two corners now. Jay Lowry takes the second round of Mexico, wins the second round for Tier 4. Bartaponi getting P2, Burn Victim getting P3, Jordan getting P5 after Meebinator gets him on penalties, Damien gets P6 on track, MRK gets P7, Labib and Echo 1 very close together. Labib gets 8th place, and TTRE Fox takes both of them on penalties. TTRE Fox retakes 8th place, Labib in 9th, Echo 1 in 10th, Mr. Lethal Pete recovering up to 11th, Villeneuve our last points paying position. Normbash final first of the no scorers. Cobb K trying to get a fastest lap attempt in. It does not look like he did a great enough lap, and that's going to be Cave to Possum right behind him as well. Did either of them get it? No, they did not. Good job, Jay Lowry, on that win. Great performance from them here. Let's go ahead, turn the music back on, turn it up, as we're going to be saying goodbye to Tier 4 and saying hello to Tier 3. But Tier 4 has been led and had a great performance by Jay Lowry, and that is just one hell of a way to finish out the race by a 3-second gap from a reserve driver of Bartaponi. Really good job from him. Burn Victim in P3, Meebinator in P4, Jordan in P5, Damien in P6, MRK in P7, TTRE Fox in P8, Labib in P9, and Echo 1 in P10. Good job, everybody. And there's the fastest lap, Mr. Lethal Pete with a 16.5. And that's gonna be it, guys. I gotta go, because I gotta go do my own race. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream, and I hope y'all enjoy the rest of MRL Day. Ciao.